Hi and welcome back, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I thought I would do a reading vlog. I feel like I always talk about my book club and I thought it'd be fun if we read the book club book for May together. So this is the book club book that we are reading, We Hunt the Flame. The book club is basically like fantasy, thriller, mystery. We have mostly just been reading fantasy, which I love because I do love reading fantasy. I find that they're just the most entertaining books and the ones that I find the most interesting. So this is the 5th book club book. I usually read on my Kindle, but I am trying to get a little like book club book collection together because I am like the founder of the book club and I just thought it was a nice way to remember the books that I've read with the book club by having them as like a physical copy. The last one was only 99p on Kindle and like £19 as a hardback, so I did buy that one on Kindle, but I think I might buy it next year when it's a paperback, just so that I have my little book club collection. But for now, I thought we could just read the book together. It's going to be a spoiler-free reading vlog. I think this book was actually popular a couple years ago. I did do a quick like search to see if anyone else had done a reading vlog on this, and they have. They're all a couple years old, so I think I'm late to this book. I've not even heard of it before. The way that we choose the books in the book club, we basically like crowdfund suggestions, and anyone could like write down a suggestion, or I usually put on the Instagram like a suggestion box for anyone who's not coming to the meeting if they have any suggestions, and we put them all inside a hat and we pick out 2, and then everyone who attends the meeting will vote on which book is going to be the one for the month. So this is the one that won the vote. The other book did sound really good. It was When the Moon Hatched or something like that, but it's like almost 800 pages long and I thought it was just a bit too long for the book club book. Even this book though is pretty long. This one is 469 pages and the font is pretty small. So I think it's going to take me a while to read it, but I'm hoping that because I'm going to be doing this reading vlog, I'm going to read it a bit faster. So let's see what I'm in for because I'm pretty much going into this blind. Zephyra is the hunter. Forced to disguise herself as a man, she risks everything to provide for her people. Nasir is the Prince of Death, a feared assassin who is forever bound to the command of his father, the Sultan. Both are legends in their kingdom, but neither wants to be. And when Zephyra embarks on a dangerous quest to return magic to their suffering land, Nasir is sent on a similar mission. But as their journey unfolds, an ancient magic begins to stir. I'm intrigued. I am intrigued. So it's kind of like Mulan, where she's like pretending to be a man just so that she can do things. Is there going to be a romance between them? They're gonna have to cross paths at some point, I'm sure. I think that this is a duology, so if I really enjoy this book, I'm definitely going to read the second one because I do like to complete a series. And I'm going to just check what's the rating on Goodreads. Oh, it's got a different cover. This must be a newer cover. On Goodreads, it has a 3.89 stars, so that's pretty good. Although when you scroll down to the reviews, the 3 that show 2 are a 5-star and 1 is a 1-star. So I'm not even going to read them now because I don't want to be swayed too hard. I hope it's a 4-star read. I mean, praying it's a 5-star read, but realistically, a 5-star for me is a book that I'm going to read again. There's not many books that I would reread. I'm very excited to get stuck in. I'm going to start reading tonight. It is 9 p.m. I'm having like a bedtime tea, and I think I'm going to read in bed before I go to sleep, and then maybe in the morning I will give some updates on how I'm getting on. If you've already read this, let me know in the comments like what did you rate the book, and I will share my rating at the end. I'm gonna do what I do in book club, which is basically say what I like, what I don't like, and the rating of the book at the end of this video. If you just want to see the review part of the book, you can skip ahead, but if you want to see me like reading it and like getting into the world and everything that I'm thinking about it, make sure you watch the whole video and subscribe if you want to see more book content, because I want to start doing one vlog/food video and one book style booktube video every week. If I can do 2 videos a week, that's going to be the goal. A couple of YouTubers who I follow who do that, and I love like the varied content, and I also think it's cool to have different types of stuff going on. So if you're interested in watching 2 videos from me a week, or even if you just want to watch the book ones or you want to watch the lifestyle ones, there's content for everyone. It should be fun, so make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I'm gonna drink my tea, read my book, and I'll update you when I have thoughts and feelings. At all. I have just made it to Act 2 of the book. Long story short, the book club date changed, so we moved the book club 2 weeks into the future. And so for some reason I then decided I didn't really need to read the book fast, and then I just didn't read it again for like the extra 2 weeks. Did not make a difference to the speed in which I read the book. I just decided to like put it down and read something else. So I actually have restarted the book. I got to around 50 pages and then I tried to pick it back up and I just could not remember anything. I didn't know what was going on. I just did not understand like who are the characters, what is happening inside this book. So I started again. Book club is this Thursday. Today is Monday. So I've got 3 days to finish the second half of the book, which is fine because I'm actually really enjoying it. It's kind of like 2 POVs, but it's not like first person, it's third person, but it follows the 2 characters. So like one chapter is the girl Zafrina, is that her name? Zafira. And then the next chapter is the guy Nasir. I don't know if I'm saying those names right. Zafira and Nasir and Nasir. Act 2 was basically where they crossed paths. So up until that point, it was like they were 2 separate people, didn't really know each other. I mean, they still don't really know each other, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not sure, is this gonna be a romance between the 2 characters? I'm not 100% sure because at the moment, like, they don't really like each other, understandably. Like, things are going on, they don't really have a reason to like each other, and they don't understand each other, they barely speak to each other, to be honest. She only just found out his name and who he is, so I'm really regretting not updating as I was going along, but I've just been like reading it so quick now because I'm like, I need to get through it. But I think reading it quickly is what makes me enjoy the books more, is when I'm like, I want to read it and I got to read it, and it's like the pacing of like me reading the book makes the book better. The main thing that I struggle with reading a physical book is reading in the dark. So I actually bought myself a lamp from Amazon, which I'm using to read in bed because usually I just use my Kindle in bed, but I was desperate to get further into this book, so I bought this. I'm literally just like flipping it into random pages. This would work better, I think, on a hardback. And then I put it in here. It's got 3 different light modes. It's like a yellow, a white, and a blue. And then you can like change the dimness, like bright or dim. I've been having it on yellow and like the dimmest, like this. And then every time I turn it on and off, it like saves the brightness. To be honest, I don't know how good the lamp is in terms of how annoying it is for Leo, because the reason I have the lamp is so I don't have the light on and he can go to sleep. So I don't know if it's actually like distracting or bright for him, but it's working for me. It's taking some getting used to with like positioning with that, but it's literally just like, I think it was the cheapest one on Amazon. I can link it below, but probably better ones. There's probably worse ones, but this is the one that I picked and I'm just gonna stick with it. I think it would work better on a hardback because this clip is kind of massive, like it's quite chunky. I feel like I have more to say, but I've just left it so long that I can't remember what thoughts and feelings I've been having. But I was very excited to see that I finished Act 1 going into Act 2. Now I'm part of the way through. I don't know if there's an Act 3. There is no like contents page that tells you how many chapters there are or anything, and I don't want to spoil it, so I'm trying not to flick through. I'm finding it really like fast paced because the chapters are small, and even though the characters are now together, it's still flicking between the two perspectives of the guy and the girl. So yeah, I'm interested to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to be surprised if there is a romance, but I also wouldn't hate it if there wasn't a romance. Like, I'm not a massive romance fan, and I don't feel like every book needs it. There was one book that we read for book club and I just felt like it was so forced and like pointless, the romance that they had in the book. So hopefully I don't feel that way in here if there is a romance. I'm enjoying it. I did have to refer back to the map at one point because I was envisioning the whole place wrong. So usually I don't look at the map because I'm on Kindle. It's like so much more effort to flick back and see the map, but with this it's like easy to flip through and just like look at it. That's my update for now. I'm literally gonna go to bed and read. I'm on page 233. I'm actually not even halfway. I'm gonna try and read like 100 pages, and I mean, I know I'm gonna finish it before book club, but I don't know how soon before book club I'm gonna finish it. Maybe I'll try and read some in the morning. Trying to film with one hand is really hard. I don't know what it is about book club and the pressure of having to read the book that makes me leave it to the last minute. Book club is today at 7 p.m. It's now 10 a.m. and to be honest, I don't have that long left. I've got 100 pages. I've got 90 pages to read. So it's not too bad actually, and I definitely know that I can finish it today. But I'm just like, every month I do the same thing where I'm like, oh, I'll read it soon. And then I get to the day of book club and I'm still reading the book. And I really thought I was going to finish it this weekend and I didn't. I'm confident that I will finish it. I think that is my downfall, is the confidence in myself that I will finish the book on time. And I know that I will finish it, but I just give myself the smallest amount of time. Like, I just procrastinate so much until the deadline is like today, and now I'm going to be like rushing through it. But yeah, so far so good. I feel like I've really not updated much. Like, I'm trying to do a spoiler free, and I feel like spoiler free means I can't really talk too much about what's going on. I would say I'm enjoying it. It's not like a groundbreaking novel. It's not like I'm going to be talking about it and recommending it to everyone. I think it's really easy to read. I do like the characters. I like the little like snippets of backstory that we're getting for certain people, and the direction that the story's going in. I'm really enjoying it. I know that it has a second part, so I think it's going to end on a cliffhanger. The next 100 pages is not going to like resolve the quest that they're on, because they are, I don't know if I said, but they basically are trying to find like a book or a jewel. I think it's called a jewel, Jurat or something, but it's a book. They need to find this book, and they haven't found it yet, and there's 100 pages left, and I'm like, are they really gonna find it, go home and be like, yay, it's all done, mission complete, everything went fine? I'm not sure. So I think it's definitely going to end on a cliffhanger. And to be honest, I think I will read the second book. I mean, like, I haven't finished this one, but I'm into it. I like the characters. I want to know what's going to happen next. So I do think I'm going to read the next one. And I think the next one will have a romance. I thought this one was potentially going to have a romance, but I'm not sure. But I feel like the characters are too damaged right now to be thinking about romance. But I think maybe in the next one there will be a romance. The issue with the reading on the book is I can't highlight my favourite quotes, and one of the prompts for the book club is to tell everyone a favourite quote from the book. So I have taken a couple of pictures of pages like where I saw a good quote, and I need to like check them and see what the quote was, because I took a picture of the whole page, because I can't just, highlight. And even if I did highlight inside the book, I would have to flick through to find it. But I do like the idea of having all of my book club books as physical books, like as a little trophy case. So I'm gonna stop yapping. I'm gonna read some pages. I'm gonna take my book out with me today, and just whenever I have 10 minutes spare, instead of scrolling on my phone, I'm gonna read my book. I think that's how people read so much. You know when you see people and they read like 20 books in 1 month, they must just be reading instead of scrolling on their phone. So like every time that I'm like waiting for a train, or I don't know, sitting down doing nothing, I could read, but instead I choose to go on TikTok. And that's the difference between me and a girl who finishes her book club book way before book club day. It's kind of good though that book club's today. I will like tell you all about it after, how the book club went and what the next book is. So it's not all bad. I think I am just actually a slower reader than I thought, and I am a big procrastinator. And my bookmark is a paint sample, citrus sorbet, because I lost my bookmark. I think it's in the bed somewhere. Finished the book with 20 minutes to spare. 20 minutes, and now I'm on my way out. So I'm gonna do a proper update when I get back, and then I'll also tell you what the other girl said about the book and what I think about the book and everything. I don't know why I'm so last minute and late. I'm back from the meetup. We met at a pub this time. Usually we meet in a bookshop, but the bookshop had like a music night or something, so it was like fully booked out. I think it was like someone playing the guitar, like open mic night, which I'm pretty sure they used to do more often. Like I think it used to be like every Thursday when they would do like an open mic, and then people would go and like read poetry or play or like sing and stuff, but they don't do that anymore. But they did it today, which is fine. So we went to a pub, 2 girls joined, and they both didn't really like the book. I didn't hate it. I kind of enjoyed reading it, and I think it was a good story, but my initial like reading the first few pages, I thought I was gonna love it, and I thought it was gonna be like the best book ever. But the more I read it, and obviously I've like read quite a lot in the last couple of days, I finished it this morning. No, I finished it like 2 hours ago. I just feel like it wasn't like the best. All of the plot twists in it were very like mild. Like I wasn't shocked or surprised by any of the plot twists. They just kind of like made sense, or they were kind of just like, oh yeah, okay, like it's not shocking, it's just like no surprise to me. Towards the end, it's like they all just kind of like forgot something. Like I don't want to give a spoiler, so it's hard to describe, but towards the end it's like everyone did the same thing, and I just don't think it makes sense that they would all do it. And like I can't tell you what it is because it's spoiler free, but it's just one of those things that like I get it's for the story and it's for the plot for the sequel, so like it kind of had to happen. But in real life and in terms of like the characters and their behavior, it just didn't really make sense. Like I don't understand why that happened. But in the part of the end, what is it, prologue, we had the POV of 2 different characters. So I wonder if the sequel is going to be like following those 2 characters, or if it's going to follow 4 characters, like the 2 main characters from this book and the 2 that were in the after part. I don't know. I think I might read it because I didn't like hate the book. I've given it a 2.5/3 stars because I did enjoy reading it, but I just don't think it was like an amazing story, like groundbreaking. I probably wouldn't recommend it to people if they were asking me like, oh, what book should I read? I don't think I would recommend it, but I don't think it was like awful. I don't think it was like the worst book ever, and it was fairly easy to read other than the words that I didn't understand. Yeah, I didn't really have a favourite quote from it. I did take a picture of some quotes, and one that I did highlight as like a potential quote to share was, "He was a mess of scars like the sky was a mess of stars," which at the time when I was reading it, I was like, that's such a lovely sentence. But now that when I read it out loud, it doesn't really stand out to me. But I think I was just like looking for a quote, and that's why I picked it, because I was reading it and I was like, I should pick a quote that I like from this book. And so that's the quote that I picked, and it's one that I took like in the dark when I was reading with my lamp, so it's orange. To be fair, most of the book club books that we read, we end up just like talking badly about it. I do think sometimes you bond better when you have a common, like, not hate is a bit too strong, but like complaining. Like, I feel like I bond well when I complain with people, and so in a way it's good to have books that are not great, because then you have like more to talk about and like bounce ideas off. But I would love to have a book that we all really like. I did like some stuff, like I quite liked one of the main characters and I liked one of the side characters, but I think I liked the side character more than the second main character. So I kind of wish that he was like the main guy rather than the main guy. But maybe he will be more central in the next book. I really don't know. The book that we've decided to read for the next month, which is June, it's June now, and we're going to read the June book and meet again in June. So we're going to meet again in a couple of weeks. So we picked a short one. It's 300 pages, called Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater, and it's meant to be like a crossover between Bridgerton and Howl's Moving Castle. I have been watching Bridgerton and I've really been enjoying it. I just watched it all so quick because it's just like very watchable, and I thought it was going to be boring, but it's really not. Like, it's really good. I do recommend it if you've not seen it. So this book is going to be kind of like Bridgerton vibes, and the girls from book club have also been watching Bridgerton. So when we meet next, we're going to like talk about the book, talk about Bridgerton, and yeah, it's going to be really nice. So yeah, I hope you have enjoyed watching this video. I feel bad that I didn't really read the book as quickly and I didn't update as much as I wanted to. I originally planned to do like quite an in-depth, spoiler-free is like kind of makes it hard, but I thought I would be reading more frequently rather than like reading big chunks very quickly. I don't know what possessed me to leave reading the book to the last minute. This book I'm going to order now and I'm going to read it like tomorrow, and I want to finish it before book club. I definitely want to do more book related videos on the channel as like bonus videos. So if you have any suggestions or requests for book videos to make, let me know. Or if you have any that you want me to read and react to, also let me know. Yeah, I'm happy to make them. I do love reading, I do love talking about books. That's the whole reason why I started a book club in the first place, but obviously it's in person. I would also love to do like a virtual book club, but I feel like I need to have a bit more of a following, or like more people who are interested in reading, and like I don't know how I would do it. Maybe that will be like a goal for next year, maybe like in 2025. Thank you for watching. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and I will see you very soon for another one, because this is a bonus video, so you will see me again on Monday for a different video. Bye!